Welcome to yet another game. This time around, I'm talking about a ranked game that I played with Feuerson on my duo journey to rank 2. Feuerson became rank 1 after our climb, and this time around we will play Hippogriff against Yabba's Hippogriff. I have played so many games against Yabba on the Hippogriff, and he's like one of the guys who always mirrors my clan. And yeah, considering the clan comp, it's gonna be Hippogriff against Hippogriff, Lynx against Wolf, and Raven against Goat. Honestly, a pretty balanced team. I think we have slightly better late game with the Lynx, but they have slightly better early game with the Goat and the Wolf, especially with the Wolf bringing like more to the table in 801. And yeah, then suddenly our Raven switches to Squirrel instead. So it's Squirrel, Hippo, Lynx against Hippo, Goat, Wolf. And I'm thinking, wait, we are full late game comp. We just have to survive. And that's what we will do. So game plan here is not to go for 801, but to just survive the early game because we will outscale eventually. Also very important to know like what the game plan is depending on the clans. Why do we outscale potentially? Squirrel meals scale with relations, and the more relations you have, the more effective the meals will be. And if you just tend a squirrel, you don't really have to eco behind your usual economy because the squirrel meal is basically your economy in the late game. And if you have like economy on top of that, that's just a bonus in a sense. So we'll start the Hippogriff. I have like a couple of things going through my head. I tested out some different build orders with the Hippogriff, and I'm thinking, okay, should I go for Tavern start or should I go for Scout Camp start? I usually go for Scout Camp start if I want to have like a decent early game, like if I don't want to risk anything, if I feel like I don't have to risk anything, I'm going for a scout camp. But if I feel like I have to like outscale, if I have to try to risk a little bit, I'll go for tavern. And that's why I went for tavern here, because I felt like, okay, maybe if they go for 801, I have to like bring lots and lots of army in early 801. And that's why I'm building tavern, because potentially it has more tempo. And I already see ruins in the Fog of War, which means that I will have early access to coins. And the runes, once I've discovered them, will enable me to get my chief. So nothing new in the early game. You build a tavern, you build your house to about 20 to 25%, and then you will finish your scout camp afterwards. Why I prefer the tavern start compared to all the other starts is because I will have lots and lots of subjects this way, and all of these subjects will produce lots of faith. And I figured out that Hippogriff really loves these like essential lores in the early game, especially the kindling spark and the furnace mastery, which are very, very vital lores. And since you want to get your first vow as fast as you can, either way, the more subjects you have, the better, right? Also, this build only is like only really bad if first of all you don't have treasure, like any treasure whatsoever, and second if you have like blocked food, so if you had to like clear your food first. And this time around I already see that my food is blocked by one wolf. Potentially that potentially means that I have to like wait for my clear, maybe like pull all my population back to work as subjects. And as you can see, once I'm on 8 population with the Hippogriff, I love to pull back all the taverners, because as soon as you have 8 population, like 8 normal population, absolutely fine to just work as normal subjects, produce some faith, and then go for woodcutter and food building afterwards. And this spawn, as you can already see, is amazing. I have a triple sheep, open sheep spawn, as well as a ruins. Problem is, I don't really like fish. I don't really enjoy playing with fish with Hippogriff. And the lore stone is on my farm tile. But as you can see, I have deer in the back as well with the shipwreck. The question just is, how do I clear that? But the great thing is, since you have so many sheep, you don't really care about building your food building too soon. So what I will do here is I will wait for chief, Then I will work the woodcutter together with sharp axes, because sharp axes is just so much value, starting like from 800 May. And then, with the help of the ruins, I'll hire my chief to clear myself. And obviously, they're like, both of these tiles are great. The farm tile is great because farm is basically the better food source, and the shipwreck tile is great because it has additional treasure that could potentially boost me. Both great. I'll have to see what I will colonize. I'm pretty sure I just colonized the shipwreck here first. And yeah, we're going to build a mart on main in order to work more gold on top of that, on top of the ruins. So once I'm done with the ruins, I will send back my my pathfinder. I will hire my chief. I will instantly clear the shipwreck, and the shipwreck is what I will most likely colonize. And the reason why I'm working the woodcutter right now instead of just waiting for the shipwreck is tempo. You want to have your upgraded food tile and upgraded food building as soon as possible. And if I waited for my shipwreck to be scouted up right now, that would like take ages. So instead, what I'll do, I'll colonize the shipwreck. I'll go for a food building, and I will most likely be able to just upgrade this food building together with the stone mining by the chief. And another thing that I do with Hippogriff nowadays is I will look where my deposits are. And since my stone deposit is on my woodcutter's lodge tile and my iron deposit is on my food building tile right now, I'll try to like brazier this tile as fast as I can, because your chief mines faster if there's a brazier there, especially if the brazier is ignited there. So killing spark, brazier for free. That means that I can already brazier up my food tile. I will start mining the stone in order to upgrade my food building. And look at the tempo. It's 8:00 July. I already have 2 different lores with the all of the faith unlocked. I have 10 population in July, and yeah, I will have an upgraded food building on top of that. So the next thing that I need to do is I need to build a woodcutter's lodge on the brazier tile as well. It's basically effectively the more different production buildings you have on the tile, the better. But it's very important to have an upgraded food building as well as a woodcutter's lodge, because you need lots and lots of wood in the early game. So right now I could already ignite, but I will wait with the ignition as long as I have the woodcutter. By the way, weird AFK Pathfinder finder there, if you noticed that just now. And yeah, as soon as you have your 5 stone, I'll upgrade this, wait for the ignition until everyone is swapped to the hunter, and then ignite afterwards. Because if I would have ignited before that, the food workers wouldn't have worked, right? Since I upgraded the food building, it's a different kind of food building. It doesn't work as a farm, like a farm. So I have to wait. Now the plan is to mine for 5 stone in total, because 5 stone is what I need to either upgrade my woodcutter, or in order to upgrade my my monastery, excuse me. And yeah, then I will move my chief to the brazier, because the brazier is igniting on that tile right now, because my chief would mine way faster on the iron tile. So right now I'm working on population. Very important to work 4 woodcutters as well as 3 food workers and 1 woodcutter on the other tile to stay ignited at all times. And as soon as I pump out new population, the new population will be assigned to be a taverner slash merchant. So yeah, I mined 5 stone at this time. Now I should have just moved my chief, but I opted to mine more in this case. But I think it is a mistake, because I should have moved my chief at this point, because the chief would have faster mining on the iron tile. Maybe my reasoning was that I wanted to both upgrade my woodcutter and build a monastery, but I could have just done that later as well, because I will have mined so much iron so fast. But yeah, that's maybe my reasoning because of the shipwreck. Questionable in my opinion, but I can see why I did that. So I will need the iron to get to set up a second brazier on my woodcutter's lodge tile. And as you can see, I have so much wood now. So it's gonna be an easy peasy monastery. It's gonna be an easy peasy ignition for a long time. And yeah, I'm lacking behind a little bit in the faith department, but that's gonna get fixed once I build my monastery on the lore tile. So since you are on 15 population, you need a house. You're building your monastery on your lore stone tile, and that's basically my whole setup. The next thing that I should do is I should place a brazier on my main. And the reasoning for that is because I want to ignite all the time. And I don't want to work all the taverners on my main. I only want to work one taverner on main at all times. And if I have a brazier on main, it's fine for me to only work one taverner, and the rest of them are working as merchants, and I will still make population this way. So right now, very important for the Hippogriff, for the prosperity bonus, try to work 4 different units, like 4 different subjects as special workers in your tile in order to get the prosperity bonus. And once you have like 4 in all of your 4 tiles, you can start building braziers afterwards. And as you can see, the mining of the iron is super fast. And once I'm done with that, I should try to brazier up on the stone tile, maybe even mine outside of my tiles. But yeah, maybe even mine the iron outside of my tile first, and then come back to mine the rest of the stone, because it's just faster with the brazier. So yeah, Via Regia next in order to trade resources, in order to generate gold. And yeah, now I should build a brazier on main. Thing is, I don't really have building space for that, so I need to wait for furnace mastery. So the braziers will be most likely on either my woodcutter's lodge / food building tile first, or even the monastery tile. I already I've given you an idea of how to set up in the Hippogriff guide, but you have to differentiate, you have to adapt sometimes. And if you're sure that it's gonna be an 802 game and enemy might not come in 801, I thought the enemy might come 801, but if he doesn't come in 801, you have to set up like a gold tile on your monastery as well. So you will see that later on, because I mean the lore stone not only boosts your faith production but your gold production as well. And yeah, now I'm simply waiting for furnace mastery before dropping my next brazier on main. And as you can see, I'm mining the rest of the iron outside of my territory because yeah, I want to mine the stone on the brazier tile. Also, very quick to note, I like scouting, but it's better to scout with Hippogriff once you have like all of your prosperity tiles unlocked. So having 4 workers, like 4 special workers in at least 4 tiles, if you want to be like giga greedy. So I only start scouting with like spare units, because otherwise it would slow down my tempo. But sometimes it's better for your team if you scout earlier. In this case, I'm playing with the Lynx. Lynx doesn't really care that much about early scouting as long as he gets the wise one early. And yeah, I opted to scout later. So right now, like I said, I'm scouting here. I already went and reassigned some of my taverners to merchants and then reassigned them back because right now I don't really have a brazier on this, but once I have a brazier, it's gonna be 3 merchants and 1 taverner only on main. And as you can see, yeah, I'm reassigning all of those subjects, 3 merchants, 1 taverner on main, and with the brazier there, this is still 7 happiness. We are up to 19 population in 801 March. We have we have 600 wood at this stage. And yeah, we are booming. We are literally booming. The only thing that we need now is to work towards the vow, and in order to mine the rest of the stone, I need a brazier tile on my woodcutter's lodge tile. Right, so Next plan here is, since it's a Hippogriff game, and I know that Java likes the Hippogriff relic, I'm going catapult build here. And that means that I have to not only get the first vow, but get the second vow instead as well, as fast as I can, because with the second vow you get an additional 10 iron on top of mining the first and the second iron. And you need lots and lots of iron if you play like 802 Hippogriff. You have like your 4 or usually 4 brazier tiles, your triple forge, and yeah, that's already 30 iron. And then you need another 10 iron for the relic. So the way this works the best is if you just unlock the second vow. And as you can see, since I have so much wood right now, and since I just built a food building on my woodcutter's lodge tile, I'm just working food in my woodcutter's lodge tile because I want to take tiles right now. And taking these tiles is amazing because it's a foxborough, it gives you fame, it gives you gold. And I'm scouting the neutrals as well, so the lynx can clear the neutrals before the wolf does. And yeah, kobolds are one of the easier neutrals to clear for the lynx. And as I want to upgrade my abbey later, I'm going to mine stone on my brazier tile next. Still, I'm not really sure if the enemy is going 801 or not. So I'm buying the connector to the lynx right now, or to the squirrel, excuse me. I will trade the tile to the squirrel, so the squirrel can build the farm there. So we have like connectors to each other in order to bring like population, in order to defend a rush. And then I'll take my tiles like on my side in order to have buffer tiles. As I said, we don't really know if the enemy is going 801, and in order to like defend an 801 well, you need to have buffer tiles, especially against an invader wolf who's just going to decolonize your tiles very, very fast. So that's the plan. I'm heavily working on food right now. Still, 3 on wood, 1 on food here should be enough. I'm plus 18 food, that's a lot. And if I'm not mistaken, there was nothing really else that I should have taken. Taking Fan of the Flames 6, and I'm unlocking the vow as well. And since the squirrel is mealing me, I'm in a very, very happy space here. So this one scout will still continue to scout. And we have a little pause. And yeah, after mining enough stone, I will turn my monastery into an abbey. It's just so much value in the long run. Like I said in my Lion altar, it's basically a budget altar, because an altar of kings costs 300 wood and 300 coins and 15 stone, but your abbey costs only 200 wood and 250 coins. I know that in order to have an abbey, you need to build a monastery first. So it basically like cancels each other out. But since you already like need an abbey anyway, because your abbey is basically your monastery anyway, because your monastery is basically your lawmaster with this clan, you can simply invest into another into the abbey, into another like late game scenario as well. So as you can see, instead of the 3 brazier tile setup, I have 4 brazier tiles set up here. Simple reason for that, we kind of know that it's gonna be 802 at this point. It's 801 July, we haven't seen any early scouts. I'm bringing my chief in order to help Feuerson achieve 500 fame. And in order for him to reach 500 fame, it's very important to clear these kobolds before the wolf does. So as I tanked with my chief, ran a little bit, split them up nicely. And yeah, I'm still scouting a little bit for both the squirrel and the hippogriff. The squirrel will be the one who scouts this game, but since squirrel has to meal as well, I think it can use any help that it can get. So as it's 801 August, I'm still thinking about like building maybe my first camp in case they do come to rush. And yeah, once I have mined the rest of the stone, I will upgrade my main to a citadel. I will upgrade my camp to a Rengen Guard camp, my first one, and maybe even go for a second Rankin Guard camp, but for sure I will go and build an archery camp, or an archer camp rather. So right now, eco is looking nice. Look at this. We are plus 22 food, 43 wood, 34 coins, and since I need the second vow, I'm not working only gold on my lore stone, but I will work the monks on my lore stone as long as I need in order to get the second vow. And as soon as I have the second vow, I would switch my monks to just work as merchants. And since our ignites are so expensive with all these ignitions on the 4 braziers, you need to have a third lumber camp on top of like the first lumber camp tile that you have. So it's basically one lumber camp with 1 woodcutter, the second lumber camp with 3 woodcutters, and the third lumber camp, it's just a pure vanilla lumber camp that just makes the whole eco setup more fluent. It's like easier to sustain the ignites if you have a third woodcutter. Sometimes I like a third mart as well, but gold won't be an issue here in this game. Since I have a squirrel as well, I'm almost 1,000 coins at this point. Wood is gonna be the issue because you need the camps, you need to upgrade your main, you need the ignites. Like all of this costs wood, and otherwise you wouldn't be able to afford all of those that fast. So as you can see, eco coming along nicely. I'm on 13 iron. So if I were to forge relic here, I would need 2 more iron somewhere. So I could either just skip the third forge, just go for the armor shred and halberd, but fury on the Rangan guards is kinda nice. So what I would do here, in hindsight, is I would mine for a little bit more iron. I would stop the iron trading, and I would go for the forging first, like halberd forge, armor shred, and fury, and then forge the catapult third. And as you can see, I'm switching back from iron trading to wood trading, since I noticed that I really need the iron. And yeah, as you can see, on top of having this Rangan guard camp, I will go and upgrade my first archery camp as well. And yeah, now I only need 500 fame, because after hitting 500 fame, your forging will increase by 100%. And after getting 500 fame, I can already forge myself. So right now, I'll just mine a little bit more iron in order to afford the relic. I'll even colonize the wolf den on top of that for some early fame as well as 5 stone. And it's a tile with 2 sheep on them, so lots and lots of value. And I'm basically ready camp-wise. Like with the second archery camp, I can already go and convert about like 14, 16 units rather comfortably. But thing is, we are like the defending clan at this stage. And right now, I was deliberating if I wanted to start by catapults or if I wanted to start the forging. Starting catapult here would have been value in order to have like the catapult as a defensive option, but it also would have been greedier because if they come in early 802, you're not gonna be forged, and your catapult will not gonna be ready there. So the more conservative approach is to forge yourself first, and then forge your catapult second. If you forge Mjolnir, then you obviously forge Mjolnir first, and then forge the rest of the weapons, because Mjolnir is even boosting your forging speed on top of your 500 fame. So as you have unlocked your second vow, you will pick feeling safe, because with feeling safe you're getting more and more population. You don't really need your taverner anymore, and you're not like capped around 30 warband. And as you can see, I'm even opting to go for a second Rangan guard camp. That is not the reasoning for that is not that I want to like recruit 8 Rangan guards, but having a Rangan guard camp increases the stats of all your units, not only of your Rangan guards, but of your archers as well. So, songs. stronger units, even though second rank in guard camp. I wouldn't really advise to go for more than one, like 2 rank in guard camps upgraded, because that would be super, super expensive. But I think 2 rank in guard camps is like a nice sweet spot. So, we're on 600 fame, we are booming, we have about 1,100 coins, which is at this stage, it's a decent amount. And we will have a catapult on top of that. By the way, if you want to have a catapult, and if you want to place it and summon it as well, you will need 200 wood on top of placing it. You're not gonna get it for free. So bank a lot of wood. And yeah, if you're done scouting, please delete your scout camp. I forgot that this game. But yeah, this scout camp is not needed anymore because Squirrel will be the one to scout. And yeah, as you can see, I don't really need the abbey working for faith anymore, because I have relations with both the lynx and the squirrel, which just increases my faith passively. And right now I'm just looking forward to converting lots and lots of units. So we are plus 64 coins, and I spot that the Hippogriff has converted. So I have to get ready myself. Usually the one to convert last is in a better position, because I'm allowed to like work all of my stuff, all of my production buildings for a longer time. And look at this earthquake event. I forgot to destroy my scout camp, and the scout camp started burning. That is what I call streamer luck. So in the end, it was value absolutely calculated. No, I'm lying here. It wasn't calculated. But yeah, sometimes you're lucky like this. Sometimes you're just lucky. So Lynx is basically fighting both the Hippogriff and the wolf at this point. And I'm already preparing myself for convert by setting up all my different hotkeys. So 2 for the woodcutters and the vanilla merchants, 1 for the gold merchants, 4 for the woodcutter and the food workers. And I basically only need like 2 main setups here. I need the taverner as well as the merchants on my main, or in this case even only the merchants on my main, because I have enough happiness with feeling safe. But yeah, I definitely need the food, the pure upgraded food tile in order to sustain my army. Because if you have to convert everything without a food tile, without working your food tile, you're gonna get sick very, very fast. So I'm converting some archers in order to go on the wolf. I'm also done with the relics, so I could theoretically summon my relic at this point, but I want to defend the lynx tile first and foremost. And yeah, now it's time to convert.
What's he pinging? I can't see.
And for some reason I forgot to summon my relic right now, or maybe I don't want to summon my relic right now for whatever reason. I think I just forgot. Yeah, now okay. Now it's summoned. I'm bringing the relic.
Yeah,
and since the wolf is bordering there, I'll just wait for the wolf like to either move away so I can enter nicely, or if he doesn't move away, I will just catapult him. So in order to ignite again, I need to work my wood here, because I'm very low on wood after summoning the catapult. And yeah, it's like in a 1v1 situation on my side, with the wolf standing on my side, and a 2v2 situation on the other side with squirrel and lynx against goat and hippogriff. So as you can see, I set up the catapult. The wolf has to leave. I could bombard, but yeah, I'm choosing not to. And he's basically like targeting my chief, because it's not that worth it to target anything else. And the great thing about Hippogriff is that even if you lose your chief, you're not losing too much, because it's basically just a 150 Kröns unit that's like very, very easy to rehire. And as you can see, I won my fight like super convincingly with only losing maybe
It's gonna be close.
2 or 3 units. I didn't even watch. And Wolf lost everything.
If you enter, we win.
And in the meantime, I thought, okay, maybe the other team is winning their side. I'm pinging them back, but Jarl doesn't really listen. But I hit mostly enemy units there. Kind of a mistake to have the one Varangian guard which was low HP on the on the forefront. Some minor mistakes micro-wise, but now what happens here is I will just convert so much. I still have so much gold in the bank, and even though the enemy won their side, I'm on the first circle of Wolf as well. Wolf is pushed back forever, so Wolf has to suffer here as well. But then I noticed, okay, my team kind of needs my help. So what I'll do is I will turn the 2v2 on our side into a 2v3. And since the enemy team is basically like blocked in and they are, let's say, kind of like locked in the push, I can just catapult and then push them myself. And the problem is, if you have the catapult, if you played with catapult yourself, you know the catapult is very, very slow. So what we will do here, since I pushed, I will not kill the armies because they pulled back, but I will kill the catapult. And it takes 12 minutes to rehire the catapult. So right now the situation is like this. I'm full converted. I will have my chief back in a second. Then I can convert the rest of my Varangian guards. And then I can just rehire my chief and we will just push with catapult. And that's basically gonna be GG. So I have lots and lots of military left. Yabba has way less. And Hippogriff recovery is not the best, so I know that green might have trouble going for a reconvert, and we're just going to push. And the problem is the enemy can't really border against Hippogriff relic, against the catapult, and they kind of don't have enough to challenge us anyway. So even though the squirrel doesn't have that much, the squirrel is still mealing, the squirrel is still supporting, and on top of that, I have a bunch of trackers, which makes the enter even worse. So what I will do here, since it's like the final push, I'll bring my catapult over. As soon as we decolonize a tile, I will just go for the catapult. An absolutely insane catapult shot here, if I say so myself. Like very, very nice positioning when they wanted to have like create a better enter. Yeah, and we basically just have to push the wolf at this point. And play it slow. What I thought here is that we could just enter red and green. And yeah, we are going to enter red and green. But in the meantime, Wolf is trying to push my catapult. And he will succeed in doing so, because he's just tunneling into that. And since they split up, it now tried to fight my army in an 8v1 situation, but Lynx is here as well, so Lynx will just clean up house. In the meantime, even though Wolf killed the catapult, Wolf is completely wiped. We will eventually win the 2v2 with Lynx and me killing the Hippogriff and Goat with the help of a couple of MVP tanky shield bearers on the squirrel end. Yeah, and as the dust settles, my catapult is destroyed. Enemy Hippogriff's catapult is destroyed. I have chief back, but we just enter the Hippogriff. We just kill the rest of the Hippogriff units. Wolf is full wiped. We just enter the Wolf main, and that's GG. And that's simply because we got the catapult first, and they had to like take a huge risk to kill our catapult, and I had just way too much warband left. So we are setting up for the last and final convert. Like I said, some sloppy micro thingies. Could have hired the catapult first, could have taken care of my one Varangian guard. But all in all, we had like a clean strategy, and we executed the clean strategy, and that was all it took. So yeah, the takeaway for this game, catapult is OP. If it's a Hippogriff against Hippogriff mirror, I think catapult is a great relic, and it's very, very what do I call it? Very satisfying to play with the Hippogriff relic, because it just like forces the enemy to make bad decisions, to take bad fights, and yeah. Feuerson calls the GG, Bob calls the GG, Yaba calls the GG, Feuerson says thank you for the rank 1, and that's our game. And if we take a look at the stats afterwards, Jabba has the most initial convert, but I have way too much afterwards, and the 20 convert was basically what sealed the deal together with the catapult. So, if you like this Overexplained video on the Hippogriff, feel free to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye-bye.